this is my Mazda MX-5 Roadster, and this is how it sounds like normally. And this is how it sounds like with a broken transmission. Go. So it's time to discuss the damages. I own this car for now almost a year, and it has been a blessing from the start till now. Even with some minor damages, it has been so much fun. I have driven this car on all types of road. I've driven on the Nürburgring, I've driven on the Autobahn, I've driven on terrible roads, just like ours here in Belgium. But I've also done some off-roading and camping, so I've been everywhere. I have driven around 14,000 kilometers on this car, with each kilometer a smile on my face, of course, and most of the time the roof down if it isn't snowing or raining. This car also has a weak spot for dents in the paint, and these are like small white dents on the front bumper. Now you're probably wondering, why do we even need a transmission in a car? Well, it is a necessary part, let me tell you that. A transmission is needed to put your cars into gears and to switch gears. So basically to drive. So let me explain easily what a shift is like. So for example, you're cruising at like 40 kilometers per hour. So you're in gear 2, alright? So you want to go to the third gear. So your transmission wheel, I'm just going to call it a transmission wheel, is spinning at around like 4,000 RPMs or something. And to go to the third gear, the transmission wheels of the second and the third need to be synchronized. So in between those gears is a kind of magnet synchronizer. It's called a synchro mesh, but it's difficult to pronounce. Synchro mesh, which makes sure that these two transmission wheels are spinning at the same time and that you can move your gear clean without any noises. So that part was broken in my car. The issue lies deep down in the transmission, which you can't see at all, you can only hear it, and it is an awful noise. Sadly, that part isn't replaceable on its own. So Mazda said, well, you need a new transmission. So on the 11th of June, disaster struck my MX-5 and my synchro mesh was misplaced. That means I couldn't shift into my third gear without hearing these annoying, weird sounds. So I called Mazda and they told me I needed a whole new transmission. Okay, now I'm wondering how long is it going to take? Guys, tell me 1 week. We have a transmission in stock. That seemed kinda weird that a car manufacturer like Mazda has like these transmission on stock. And when I called them a week later, they told me it was delayed till the end of July. Okay, let's throw back. So I was going on a trip to Spain from the 1st of July to the 20th of July. And then on the 27th of July, I was going to Monaco. Alright, so I have 7 days in between the two trips to make sure that my car was able to drive again without these sounds and stuff, so that I can take my car to Monaco. Well, 20 days later, I'm on the end of my vacation. I thought like, well, I'm going to call the guys again because I haven't heard anything of them. So I told them, hey, what's going on with the car? Can I bring him in next week? They told me, no. It was delayed till the 13th of September. The 13th, which is 2 days ago. So I had to drive to Monaco with a broken transmission, or I could take a rental car which was broke as hell. So I rather took my car, and we had an amazing time in Monaco. We spent 10 days at the south of France in Monaco, seeing all these hypercars, all these supercars. The vibe just over there was on a whole other level. And we did that all with a broken transmission. So we heard a lot of awful noise. So 2 days ago, I brought in my MX-5 at the garage. Finally, a new transmission is there, and the mechanics had time to install a new transmission in my car. It took them 1 day. I got a rental car, so that was pretty nice. And now I'm able to drive again, thanks to Mazda's warranty. And to celebrate that, I'm going to do a few flybys here in this deep down tunnel kind of thing. I'll let you guys have another here at this beautiful 4-cylinder Mazda MX-5 with the Ultra Sport exhaust. Let's go! I still had the warranty of 2 years. So that means that the transmission replacement is fully covered by Mazda. So that's great news for me, because normally if you count up the hours of the mechanics, the new transmission and some additional costs, it will be around 5,000 to 6,000 euros to replace the transmission, which is insane. But I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's back to normal, so that we can enjoy this car to the fullest without having to worry about these noises. I was continue worrying about those noises when shifting from second to third, and sometimes it did make a sound, sometimes it didn't. And now I have this feeling all the time when I'm shifting, if it's going to make that noise again or not. And it's really frustrating, because now I've experienced it, I can't forget it. I also need to practice on my push-ups for the next video. Stay tuned.